calling all of us liars.
I think it's got more holes in it than a piece of Swiss cheese. I mean, you could drive a truck through it. You really framed this whole problem with the media and the confusion that they've been sowing over the last few days. Fauci too, sowing confusion on this. But the media echoing it and amplifying it. That Washington Post piece is a very good example. So let's analyze what's going on. Beaglegate is not about just one lab in Tunisia. No. Beaglegate is at least 4 confirmed Beagle labs that the White Coat Waste Project has found and positively confirmed, funded by Fauci's NIAID. Every single one of them, all 4 of them. It's 4 labs, 1 scandal. But the media and the Washington Post, like you said, was omitting all the most important details, such as Fauci doing it in-house, in his own laboratory, maximum pain experiments, right, Grant? No pain relief and no anesthesia. These are the most painful dog experiments in the entire government, the federal government. They were doing that in their own laboratory in Maryland. Then they did a variation on it. Then they took that and they funded it in Georgia as well. You mentioned that one. They also confirmed the debarketing experiments that they're doing in California. And of course, Tunisia, another variation on a theme, but this is the games they play. So we know for a fact that Fauci did fund the Tunisian Beagle Lab. We know that the grantees who received the Fauci payout, we tracked that paper when they published that heinous photo of the beagles and the sandflies. That's where we got it from. In their own published paper, they credited Dr. Fauci's grant. That's how we linked the two. So we caught them red-handed, and now they're playing games. Remind you of anything? This is the Wuhan lab all over again. We funded gain of function, but we didn't fund gain of function.
So the question then now, they're going to be saying, oh, well, there's tens of thousands of studies, and Dr. Fauci doesn't know about all these. Is there any evidence you can link directly back to Dr. Fauci that he had direct knowledge of this? It took a little while, but we got it that we knew that they were funding gain of function research now at the Wuhan lab. Is there any direct evidence to link Dr. Fauci?
Well, you said it, with those FOIAs and the Freedom of Information Act requests that we have to do, which they sometimes take months and months and months, and oftentimes we have to sue. We have to sue the NIH to get that information. So it might take a little more time to corroborate his name on it. But here's the thing. Here's the more important point, Grant. 50 cents on the dollar from Dr. Fauci's budget. 50 cents on the dollar goes to the kind of things you're looking at right there on the screen. Think about that. Beaglegate is not even emblematic of the entire, it's the drop in the bucket even compared to what this guy spends it on. And he's been doing that for 40 years. Think about that. Half of his budget, about $3 billion a year, is going for the kind of experiments you're looking at there. That's billion with a B. That's what they're spending, that's what he's doing with the money.
Was there anything, we saw this, you originally had exposed this experiments with monkeys and experimenting them on fear and the fear that affects them. Was there any indication of why they were experimenting on fear? I just did a whole segment on how the Democrats operate in fear to get people to comply. I'm wondering if there's any connection of that to these experiments with monkeys.
Well, here's the thing we know about it. So what you're looking at here is the NIH's fear factory. These are private experiments that we exposed, and they've been going on, a very long time, decades and decades, $100 million. Think about that. That's what they're spending it on. And we know for a fact that Fauci knows about this because I have the FOIA with his name on it. When it came out in the Wuhan lab scandal, when those FOIAs came out, and they were talking about us, but about White Coat in the FOIAs, exposing the primate experiments. And that's what they were prepping for in their email communications only a few key days before an appropriations hearing in Congress. This is what they were worried about a few days before the coronavirus lockdown. This was their priority. It was defending themselves from charges about this.
Well, Anthony Bellotti, please, and I know you will, keep on this. Keep us posted on what comes back, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to this Beaglegate story and what's going on with the monkeys and Lord knows what else. Anthony Bellotti, thank you.
Thank you for